Hey guys, what's up? I just wanted to give you a quick heads up. Today is the very first day that we're going to be using that new intro that I was talking about. So definitely let me know what you think down in the comments. Personally, I like it a lot, but I want to get you guys' input, so just let me know. And with that said, we'll cue the intro. Okay, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to episode 22 of our Infitech 2 modded Minecraft Let's Play series. If you recall last episode, we just started working through some of the quests and whatnot. A quick heads up of a couple things. First off, I started recording this video, and, recorded it out, and I just didn't feel like we got a whole lot done in the first take, and I wasn't happy with it, so I ended up deleting that and re-recording it, or so I thought. And then when I got to the end of the other recording, I don't know what happened, but for some reason when I went to hit to end the recording, it started the recording. So I guess for some reason my when I originally turned on the recording software, it didn't register or something, so the second take just wasn't recorded. So there is a few things that I've already finished that we were going to work on, and I'm going to cover those just to get you guys all caught up and everything. So we'll probably spend a little bit of time getting you guys all updated. So first off, I did do a ton of mining since last episode. This pick, I used up the one that we had that was steel leaf, and then I made another steel leaf, used up all of that, then made this steel leaf and used up half of this one, and so I've only got one steel leaf left. So between this episode and next, I'm going to have to make a bunch more steel leaf to keep mining. I did end up finding most of the ores that we were looking for. The only thing I didn't find was I didn't find graphite or zinc. Zinc in the form of something that we can use to finish out this magic quest, or at least this magic chapter of the quest. Had no luck finding that. Quartzite, funny story. Let's see, can I pull up the map if I step? Yeah. Okay. I looked and looked for quartzite, right? And I ended up finding it right here on the side of this cliff. If you're on my Twitter, you might have seen I posted a picture. I was like, oh man, because I happened to, for the first time I guess, go down this cliff, and because I was going to get a boat, use a boat and go sailing and see what I could find, and found quartzite right there. So heads up on that. And let's see, I also made this door factory and this block mixer, so really quickly I'll go over them. I was going to use them for what I was building over there, and haven't actually used them yet because I ended up changing my mind on what I was going to do there. So for the block mixer, you can just throw in 2 blocks, any kind of different blocks you want, and it's going to combine them into one, and you're going to get, if you throw it down, you notice the texture slowly changes over. I probably shouldn't put it on that, huh? Okay. And the texture will slowly change over and kind of merge between them. And you can go over here and you can hit simple rendering, and well, no, that has to be in my inventory. Okay, and if you pick it back up or have it in your inventory, when you hit that, it's going to make it split down the middle like this. So you can kind of switch between them and everything. I'm not going to keep that. I don't need that. But it actually comes in handy building. I really like this. It's from Melissa Stores. Really nice block. And then I also made this door factory. I'm not going to make one right now, but if you guys want me to, I'll make one on camera or something. But basically it lets you customize your doors. You can put a different frame material, top block, bottom block materials. You can put a digicode in there so that, say you're on a server and you want to code lock your doors, you can do that. And then you can also set the movement style. You can set the opening time, the close delay, whether or not it requires redstone, whether or not it becomes a double door, and the sound type as well. So it's really nice to customize out your own doors and everything with that block. I think that covers it for this room. In this room, I actually finished quite a few machines. Let me go over those really quick. I did end up making the cold coke oven. So basically you just make those wet coke oven bricks that we had looked at before, and then you're going to smelt them, and then you throw a bucket in there and get yourself a bucket of creosote and a little bit of charcoal. And that's going to get you the, finish out that quest. So it's going to be a 3x3x3 and keep the middle block empty. Make sure it's hollow, and that's going to get you the coke oven. I also incorrectly stated last episode that these required aluminum. They don't. Jason left me a comment and was like, "No, they don't require aluminum." And I guess I was just tired that episode because it was pretty late when I finally got all the prep work done and stuff. And you can do it with iron and the molten tin to make these. So I did make the first two, and then I also did this shutter module. I haven't done the drain, the crafting table cover, or the muffler upgrades just yet. Down here, let's see, I got the scanner done. Really awesome block. I'm going to start getting into the IC2 crops now since we've got that, and I'll quickly show you how that works. You know, it works just like the crop analyzer, but it doesn't require batteries, which is great, because if you recall, we used up like an entire battery, just scanning something, all the way through so that we could see the numbers on it and everything. This you can just throw in there, give it just a second, and there we go. We can see it's a source of sugar cane, a 3x0x2, and it's reed seeds. So we can get all the information from it with just one scan. It's a really nice block, and it's definitely going to get us back into IC2 crops and bees now. Let's see, I also did the NAND chips. Really nice. You don't actually have to do 8 to 16 at one time. You can do 1 refined iron item casing and 2 red alloys. It just does it, one craft at a time. So you're going to throw 1 to 2 ratio on those into an assembler. Make sure you got some molten tin, and it's going to get you the NAND chips for the 1 item casing and the 2 red alloy wires. Is so helpful. I've made quite a few NAND chips since then, and it's so much easier. Over here, the ore washing plant, the chemical bath, and the thermal centrifuge, I have them set up right there. We don't actually have the power output to run them at the moment, because I tried throwing just something in the ore washing plant and it got stuck. It just couldn't keep it up, filled up with power. So between this episode and next, I've got to do a bunch of machine moving again, and I'm going to do a bit of rewiring, because, or at least, for this, because we're going to need, I think, the 2x10 cables at least to keep those powered, with like a couple of the gas turbines set up to power it. So I'll end up doing some reorganizing and some working with this stuff, and next episode I'll show you guys what I've done. We'll get that up and going, because processing our ores with this stuff is going to be really nice. And also I do want to fairly soon, I want to start working on the factory part of the build, because this, the housing area is coming along really nicely. There's a lot of touch-up and stuff I've got to do. Still some work in the back. I'll show you what I've done so far in just a minute. But we definitely need the factory aspect of it built, because I think we're starting to get to the point we can start doing at least a little bit of automation, and I know probably before long we'll be entering into the silicone age as well. So definitely something that I want to get ready for and everything. And then of course we unlocked a few quests here for filtering. We're going to need these zinc plates. Like I said, I still haven't found zinc to support us doing that. And then we got this finally to get the electric blast furnace. Really excited about that. So we'll probably be touching up on that today. And then we got the sodium batteries done, so you can just throw salt, and really quickly I'll show you. You're going to want to use the salt ore. You can use rock salt if I've got it in here somewhere. and it's going to get you one rock salt dust and then a tiny pile of rock salt, or a small pile, something like that. But if you just use the standard salt ore, throw that in a let's see, I believe Centrifuge, I want to say, on that. Let me double check on that for you. Well, you'll want to macerate it, get this crushed salt ore, you get 4 of that, and then then you'll throw it in the impure pile in the centrifuge. Sorry about that. So you're gonna, after you macerate it, smash it down with the hammer, throw it in the centrifuge. That's gonna get you that salt, and then you can throw that in the electrolyzer, get your sodium, and you're also gonna build up this chlorine, which isn't too useful, but they have you craft this plunger. Just a couple, you can use sticks or whatever, rubber sheets, file, and wire cutter. I've already used up mine, but what you can do with this is you can just go up, right click it on a machine that has liquid, on a tank, on a pipe, any of that, and it's going to pull the liquid out of there. So you can kind of empty out your stuff that way without having to break it and all that. But like I said, I've already broke through mine. They don't last very long at all when you're trying to get a bunch of liquid out of there, because it's only going to do like 1,000 millibuckets at a time. So you might, like I've got 14 here, I'd probably have to make a plunger just to break it all out. Another option that you can use is just take the wrench and get it that way. Just break the machine and replace it. That's what I've been doing, because these machines, I'd ran through it so much. Now the fluid tanks, I accidentally got water in this one. That is probably easiest done, I'd say, with the plunger as of right now. So and they want you to make these batteries as well, these small sodium batteries. So you can do a HV or an MV one too, but keep in mind it's going to be putting out more voltage and more EU than what you probably want to have at the moment. So just craft the small ones, and I believe you have to craft the small ones for the quest anyway. And then we also crafted this bat buff. So what you can do is you could throw like charged batteries in there, and it's going to give you like a power buffer. From what I can tell, we can't just like store. It doesn't work like a like a capacitor bank or something like that. It's not just going to store power by itself, but you can throw those batteries in there and get those charged up, and use that as like a power buffer. So, and we could just throw those in there, and well, that doesn't charge them. I was thinking that would charge them, but it doesn't. Okay, I have no clue. Well, maybe, tell you what, maybe we have to, let me check on that. I was thinking that we could charge that with oh, maybe we'll have to use the solid filling and the well, I don't know. I don't believe that we need, let's see, where's the solid filling machine? I was kind of expecting that we just threw those into the generator and it would do it, but it doesn't. Okay, wait a second. Where's my canning machine? Fluid solid. Okay, there it is. Okay, so can I maybe throw these in there? No, that doesn't work. So, I'm not entirely sure. I was thinking we threw those into the turbines, but I'm not sure. Well, I'll figure that out for next episode. I was thinking that was how we charge them. So reusable batteries. I know we don't throw them in here. This is for once we get them filled up. So, just pops it back out. Okay, well anyway, we'll come back to that next episode and I'll try to figure that out. Also, I did make the autoclave. Basically, I made this because I was using a bit of lapis with the build back there, and instead of going and just mining up a ton of lapis, I decided we'll just make the autoclave. It just takes water. There wasn't actually a quest for it, but it's a machine that I kind of wanted. So we can throw the lapis. Well, we can crush the lapis ore and get the the crushed ore, and then get the impure dust. I did read don't purify the dust if you're going to do this method, because if it's impure, you're going to have like a 90% chance of success. If you get the purified dust, you're only going to have like a 70% chance of success. So don't even worry about purifying the dust before you throw it in here. And what it's going to do is it's going to change that impure dust into lapis or whatever. It's going to crystallize that, and you can actually use this to grow the Certus quartz crystals and stuff from AE2 as well. So very, very nice block and pretty cheap to make, and just something that I actually needed for the build that I'm doing in the back now. Also here you'll notice I set up an iron chest and a chest. Basically what this is doing, if you notice, this is filled up with nuggets. All that like little crushed junk that we have that needs to be processed, I still have to go through the impure piles and all that. But I've got it set up like this chest back here is feeding into the furnace. This one is feeding into the pulverizer, and just item conduits. That way we can kind of semi-automate the processing of all that stuff, because I really want to get this chest empty. We have all this ore we're just setting on, so I started working on that. And I do believe that's about it for this room. We've got the coke oven brick set up. You just throw coal or charcoal or whatever in here. Charcoal is just going to turn into creosote oil. You're not actually going to get the coal coke out of it, but you can throw just normal coal in there. I actually threw all my coal in there. Get this creosote oil. Like I said, if you want to get a bucket, throw it in here. It's going to get you the bucket filled for the quest. And coal coke has a bit better burn time. It doubles your burn time over coal, and you get more fuel power out of that. Back here I did set up a chest connected to the alchemical furnace so that I can just throw candleberries in there. It's going to keep it stocked up. Well, I can throw candleberries or the honeycombs in there. Keep it stocked up on Ordo. Did the same over here. We get metallum. That way I can throw like any kind of nugget. First I thought about a barrel, but then I was like, well, I use different materials sometimes, so I just did a chest instead. That works fine. So I've got this just automatically processing things. So we've actually got a ton of tea. And over here I set up kind of just a little bit of sorting for our ores, and I want to say thank you Real K.C. for suggesting that. It's something I'd been putting off, and I was just like, I'll do it at some point, because I was going through so much wood. And Real K.C. suggested last episode, he's like, you should put some kind of storage up, do barrels or drawers or something, and set up the ingots and everything. Put your nuggets on the side. That way everything's sorted. So I finally got around to it. Originally I'd looked at the drawer controller because I was going to do storage drawers, and I was like, well, the drawer controller is expensive, so I'm not going to bother. But really I needed to get around to it. And I'm actually going to be adding on, doing more storage. Very possible I'll move the storage into this room, so we've got it all, everything in here. We'll set up our crafting tables and have everything stored up on the walls with the storage drawers. So, did make some extra space in the middle. That's because I'm fully aware that there's still a ton of metals that we still haven't gotten into, and probably a lot of like gems and stuff as well. And then I've got all my nuggets over here on the side. I've also got some excess iron and this steel block I found in the chest. That's because our iron's full, and I just haven't crafted an upgrade for it just yet. So we have a ton of iron. We've actually got steel. We've got 253 pieces, nickel 380. So those material bags are really helping us out on that. Over here, like I said, I've done a lot of mining, got a lot of ores building up, and I've actually done a lot of processing too. So we've got a lot of stuff at this point. And then really quickly out here, I want to show you one thing in this bag. I found a couple villages when I was out exploring. Came across knowledge notes. I got some Damascus steel, which I believe is a bit ahead of us at the moment. Got some electrical steel. Got this neodymium dust. Deluxe cheeseburgers. A lot of good stuff, actually. And this was from, I believe, one of the villages in particular that had 2 blacksmiths. So pretty nice. Now, I haven't done a ton of building since last episode. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of mining, but I did start fleshing out this area a little bit. I'm using the azure blocks here and on the ceiling as well. They are a Z-tone tile that's crafted with the lapis, so that's why I've been using that. And then these are both crypt, which is crafted with soul sand. So I think it looks all right. I've still got a lot of building. I'm actually going to put kind of like a base for the staircase, you know. I don't know what it's called, but like the underbelly of the staircase. I'm going to put this in, and then I'm going to put doors on each side, I think, and I'll shape the glass so it kind of, you know, it kind of makes sense, I guess. Maybe run it up the side. I'm not entirely sure just yet, but I am going to put doors down here that are going to lead down to like a kitchen and cellar type area, so that we can store food and everything, and have like a centralized place to do our Pam's Harvest craft and everything, and start getting more into that here fairly soon. And then up here, I haven't really started building too much up here. I know it's going to go up at least 2 more times. It's going to be a bit higher than the actual base, more like the towers over there, and we're going to have our like bedroom and some things like that up there. And then over in here, we're probably going to have our armory and whatnot. So I've been trying to make this feel like it's connected to the base, but it's different materials and stuff, so it still feels like it's separate from the base. I've got a lot of work to do on it, a lot of fine-tuning, and I've been changing up designs. Inside, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these walls or if I'm going to do like the block mixer and make them separate on the outside and the interior. I'm not sure. As of right now, I really don't mind it. I think it looks all right, but I still got to do some thinking and some messing around in my test world to see, if I want to keep that or not. So, but anyway, I believe that's got about everything covered since last episode. Sorry there was a lot to cover, and I spent quite a while just telling you guys about what all had been done. So, really quickly, let's take a look at this electric blast furnace. They want us to make 16 Invar, 16 copper nickel. Actually, really easy to craft this stuff. So, the Invar is just going to be like Invar in any other pack. We're going to use 2 iron to 1 nickel, and that in the alloy smelter, and that's going to get us Invar. So let's go ahead and get some of that crafting. I know the episode's already getting pretty long, so we'll try to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to go ahead and just do 7. I meant to go 7, but I got 8, whatever. And we'll throw that in here and get that going. And then the copper nickel is just copper and... was it copper and... copper and nickel? Yeah, copper and nickel. We'll get you this copper nickel. So, let's actually grab... I'll go ahead and grab like 10 of that, and we'll grab 10 of that. Now, I doubt we'll get the electric furnace all built out this episode because, honestly, I don't know that our power will be able to handle it. Because I'm betting, since I can't run the chemical washer and stuff really effectively just yet, I'm probably not going to be able to run the electric blast furnace, but we shall see. So that's got our Invar. I'm waiting for this last little piece to process. And so we'll wait for that copper nickel to to cook up. Now, while that's going, let's go ahead and craft the router range, I think. So they want us to get this basic microwave. We're going to need some lead plates. Not an issue at all. And let's see. Well, also, all that's pretty easy. The LV emitter, we're going to need some quartzite, some tin, and some brass rods. Let's see. Okay. Need to make some more brass after this episode. So there's our brass rods. The quartzite. Let me see if I can find this. I know it was a red granite right there. So I believe the best way that we have to process this at the moment is just smelting. We can macerate it. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think we can use the autoclave for that. Let me check on that. Yes, we can use the autoclave for this. So let's... there it is. We'll go ahead and throw that in there. Give it a second to break down. This should be done with our copper nickel. And let's go ahead and get those lead plates started up as well. Okay, so they want us to craft the blast furnace. We'll need an electric blast furnace, 16 copper nickel coil blocks, and 9 heat-proof machine casings. These are... wow. We're going to need a bunch of copper nickel wire. So let's go ahead. We'll just throw our copper nickel in there. Let it start going. I have a feeling this is going to be something I'll just prep up for next episode. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of Invar as well. Electric blast furnace takes the heat-proof machine block. So probably I'll just make a bunch of Invar and stuff for next episode, because we're going to need what? How many of these did we need? 9? Okay. So right there we're going to need 54 plates. And then the frame box, oh my god, that's a lot of rods. And let me actually look. I know Jason said we can make our screws on the lathe and get better output on that. So definitely keep that in mind. Oh yeah, we can use the cutting saw for that. Okay. Well, still, we're going to need a ton of those rods. Oh, you know what? I bet you we don't have the voltage right now to actually do that. Oops. Let's see, on the cutting saw. Well, oh, that's right. We need the long Invar rods first to get that. So we can't, never mind. I don't know what I was thinking, because we have to use the 2 Invar rods. So no, we can't do that on the cutting saw. I totally missed that. We can do it on the extruder, though. So that's what we'll end up doing with the shape rod. I don't believe I have those yet. So we can get better rod output with that. There's our copper nickel wire. And this should be done with our quartzite. So we can just throw this in the autoclave. And oh, this not, we don't have the oh, you know what, I'm totally derping today. Okay, so we can smash this with the hammer, get our impure dust, and then throw it in here. Now, like I said, it's only a 90% chance of success, but I mean, that's fairly decent. We can double fairly easy with that. Now, once we get the ore washing plant set up for some of this stuff, we won't really need the autoclave anymore. But for right now, it's something that's very, very handy. So, okay. We'll need 10 cables and stuff. So we'll give that a second. We'll look at the, let's see. The copper nickel coil blocks. We'll go ahead and make those, or a few of those. We're not going to get all of them made by any means. So it's going to take Come on. There we go. We'll need this 2 times. Cables. Run them around. And, oh man, it's going to take a ton of this stuff. And then, I believe it's the wrench. Yeah, that'll get us the coil blocks. Just a couple of those at the moment. This is going to be a very, very expensive... did I make 3? No, I only made 2, was it? Huh. You know, something's wrong there. That is going to be something very, very expensive for us to craft, I can already tell. So, I'll probably end up doing an absolute ton of work. Honestly, I think we have the stuff on hand. It's mainly just running it through the alloy smelter at this point. You know, to get the alloy for that. And there we go. We've got our quartzite. So let's go ahead and get the stuff crafted for this microwave. Okay. And then I'll just make the shape mold. You guys have seen how to make those, so I'll make that just off camera. Just keep in mind that you can get double the rods now. So, and let's go ahead and get this microwave block. And I do apologize, I know the episode's running over 30 minutes right now. We'll try to get through this really, really quickly. Oh yeah, we can't shift click it. Okay, we'll need that. We're gonna need that and that. That's gonna get us the LV emitter. We also had to use that for the scanner as well. Then to get the actual block, oh yeah, our lead plates. What is it? Stop it. Okay, that. The LV machine casing. Was it the electric motor? Okay, at the bottom. This, and then just our electronic circuits. That's going to get us this basic microwave. And let's go set this thing up. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm in a terrible situation as far as space goes. There's so many machines, and you know, I kind of been building like a centralized location to store them all, and it's just I've about reached my limit. So I'm gonna end up moving into the next area there after this episode. I'll start working on that. So the microwave, I do believe we can throw in like any kind of food, like raw chicken, and throw it in the microwave. It's going to cook it just fairly quickly, give us this cooked chicken. Okay. And, you know, basically we can just cook food very, very quickly. Let's double check in here if there's anything. Yeah, it just cooks food really fast. Try not to put any metals, blocks, eggs, or other non-food items inside. And by do not try, I really mean you will regret it. So I'm betting it will probably explode or something. Or maybe we'll lose it. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of want to throw something in there and just see what happens. But that's going to get us this quest finish. Let's go ahead and grab our material bag. And that does finish out that quest line. So, very, very, very nice. I do think, I know it's about 30-something minutes right now. I do think I'm going to end the episode out there. Sorry we spent so much time going over, you know, things that had been done off camera. I do apologize. Like I said, I recorded this video twice prior, and then of course I had to come back and re-record it. So next episode, when we come back, we will be doing the electric blast furnace. I'll also figure out how to charge these batteries up and do a little bit of research and stuff and get that figured out. I'll actually probably leave an annotation once I find out how to charge them. I was really sure we could just throw them in this gas turbine, but that's not the case. So I'll leave an annotation in this video, give you guys a heads up on where to charge those up, and then we'll also probably knock out these machines rather quickly and really start wrapping up this steel age stuff. So I'm really excited for this block, super excited. between next episode and this one off camera, I will be rearranging machines once again, get things organized, and probably totally rearrange it. I'll also build on the house a little bit. I'm also going to start working on the factory area a bit, so that we can have a place for just full automation, and then just have our our personal machines in this area. Because if I haven't said it before, or if you missed it, I am going to eventually take over this whole mesa, I do believe, and we're going to build like our own custom village. Like, instead of having those ugly villages over there, I'm just going to tear all that down, move the villagers up here, build them their own custom like village that fits the style of our base, and we'll also have a factory, and we'll probably do some little shops and stuff. Since we have Thaumcraft, I may do like some little areas with the golems where they auto create like food and stuff for us and have it set up. I believe we have item frames and things. We can have like a little shop set up, mainly just little decorative automated builds and stuff like that. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and we'll set up farms and whatnot. So I'm kind of excited about it. It is going to take a long time, but we'll progressively build on it as the series goes. I don't even know why I said I think we have item frames. That's standard Minecraft. It's been a while since I played just straight vanilla. But I do have to say that this base came along fairly quickly. I mean, if you recall, we didn't even move into this place or really start working on it until like episode 12 or 13 or something like that. So in the process of like 10 episodes, it's fairly large. Like I said, I still have a lot of cleanup work to do and everything, which will be a little bit easier as I get the mining and stuff aspects done, and once we have a bit of resources and whatnot. So I will say that stone production down there did help speed this up a ton, so that's great. But yeah, if you have any, as always, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I'll be sure to get back to you on that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Once again, I'm sorry that I try to do most of the quest book stuff on camera, and I do apologize that we missed a bit of it. But we got through a lot. If you guys like this, if you'd like me to just move forward with the quests and then cover it all, let me know. And it's just up to you guys, but usually I try to cover them on camera. So but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end the episode out there. If you enjoyed it, as always, please comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends. Very, very much appreciated. Also, be sure to let me know what you think about the intro down in the comments. It's very, very much appreciated. And by the way, once again, thank you guys so much for all the support recently. You guys have been awesome. The channel's been doing great, and that's all thanks to you guys. So thank you so, so much. And until next episode, do take care, and I hope to see you then.